Oh my God. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I hope you're having an amazing day. What is today? Today is Tuesday, March 14th of 2023. Things have been really interesting. I mean, just in the world of artificial intelligence lately, it's just, hold on a second. It just blows my mind. All of the really cool things that are out there now. And if you haven't, there's a lot of fear out there, with artificial intelligence, writing prompts, doing outlines. A lot of people are like, look, AI is taking over the world. There aren't going to be any jobs left for anybody because AI is going to do everything. I'm just going to say that while AI is definitely improving, this isn't one of those things that's just like, I mean, there's content overload, but there's a thing of like providing content and actually providing, value with what you're getting out of AI and giving it to everybody else. So, a lot of the things in Chat GPT or any other AI writing tools, you definitely don't want to just get the default information, use it, distribute it, and everything else. It's a really great, when you're writing or you're creating, and sometimes you'll have writer's block or just creative blocks in general. Like, where do I start? Where do I go? ChatGPT or other AI writing tools are really handy to help kind of brainstorm, help research, help flesh out a good template. Just a really good starting point and research, research. You could use it for research all the time. It's really amazing. So I got an email earlier this afternoon, later this morning, however you want to think about it, that OpenAI, and you can go with it's openai.com, but they announced that GPT-4, which previous versions of GPT have been version 3 or 3.5, but they've released GPT-4. And a few things of why this is really important is that the next level of it, it's just the speed and the information is just exponential. And there's going to be some other capabilities as well, not with Chat GPT per se, but GPT-4, to be able to really take text to graphics on a whole nother level. And one thing that I joined for a waiting list is a potential for GPT-4 from Microsoft is designer.microsoft.com. You can put your email address and get on the waiting list for that. But that looks amazing to just be able to create videos or images or whatever just based on what you would like. So I'm interested in trying that out. But this one is Chat GPT. And if you want to try it out, I'm telling you, you just really should. Chat GPT is free, and there's a plus version that costs me like $20 a month, but it gets you faster speeds, and the first looks at improvements. And so where you can go Chat GPT and do the free version, it's great. Check it out. That's the version 3 or 3.5. If you do the plus, at least right now, because they just released it today, we can use the advanced capabilities on Chat GPT Plus. And right now, I think they have a little bit of a ceiling because everybody's going to want to go in. So it's like 100 messages an hour. Is it an hour or I don't know? Anyways, it's one of those. They're going to start with a low ceiling, and as everybody's starting to get in, they'll probably raise it and see. And then I think eventually they'll release it to the regular free Chat GPT 3.5. So, anyways, that was a lot of babble, but we're gonna go ahead and switch over to um, let's switch over to the new scene. So this, I went ahead and just opened it up. Hopefully it's big enough where everybody can see. But I asked Chat GPT, this is my first time using Chat GPT-4. What are some of the big differences in prompting that I should be aware of? So Chat GPT's response right away was, welcome to Chat GPT. Since, this is so funny. One thing is that when you're you need to put yourself do not disturb when you randomly, let's go ahead and put myself in do not disturb so that way I won't be interrupted. So, um, but since your last experience with Chat GPT, there have been several improvements aimed at making AI more helpful, responsive, and safe. While basic principle providing prompt remains the same, there are some changes and tips that you should be aware of. So, number one is there more concise prompts. ChatGPT should better understand shorter, less detailed prompts. And that is the thing is like before, you'd have to kind of really flesh it out and really put in a lot of stuff. So I'm really interested in how it will be a little bit more concise. And the other thing is contextual understanding. AI now has improved ability to maintain context across a conversation. This should lead to a more coherent and relevant responses. However, if you find the AI losing context, you can always reiterate important details of your prompt. I find that I have to do that sometimes if I'm just really building and building and building a prompt, a whole chat session. There are a few things that do get lost in translation, or I find that ChatGPT focuses more on what I've said recently and not what I've said many messages ago. So yeah, that'll be great. And then yeah, just forcing yourself to reiterate, oh yeah, you've gotten off track, ChatGPT. Um, Number three, better responsiveness to instructions. ChatGPT-4 is designed to be more responsive to specific instructions and requests in your prompts. Feel free to ask different perspectives or request step-by-step breakdown. That's always been it. And you know, the thing is when you're doing um, the plus, that's the other advantage, the ChatGPT plus, it is a lot faster. And I haven't really had to worry about anything about responsiveness. Um, and then here's one, you know, this is one thing that I have had conversations with my colleagues about. Um, you know, this is improved safety mitigations. And there was even one, I think I did a chat where it was like, well, let's see if we can create a website for proving that the world is flat. And ChatGPT basically turned it more into a humorous spin. Like, hey guys, come on, you know the world isn't flat, but hey, if we were gonna pretend that, so at least for it to, the efforts have been made to reduce instances of harmful, biased, or inappropriate contact or content. Excuse me. So that's great. I'm glad that this version is improving that piece, and it had on previous versions it would kind of pull you back a little bit if you were going off going off the fact-based journey. And then experiment with prompts. Hey, and that's the thing is about right now, especially now, this is all about experimenting. So let's go ahead and just do a new chat, shall we? um, let's go ahead and give this a try. So so it starts on the new chat. The default is Chat GPT 3.5. There's the legacy, which is a little bit older. And you can see the differences here. And it's sorted with three different things. We've got reasoning, speed, and consciousness. Concise, conciseness, excuse me. I do not have my glasses on. Things are a little blurry. If I squint, that's why. But you can see that well, here's the legacy. This is like the free version that everybody would be on. So the reasoning is at a 3 out of 5, the speed is at a 2 out of 5, and the conciseness is at a 1. So the plus that I had, the 3.5, the next level, the reasoning stays about the same. The speed drastically increases, and it definitely does. And the conciseness is up just a little bit. So if we go to Chat GPT-4, the reasoning is there. Speed went down to a 2, but I'm sure, I guess, relatively speaking, it's still just as fine. But conciseness is up quite a bit. So, God, on the fly, what am I going to think about here? Let's definitely switch to Chat GPT-4. And again, oh, excuse me, it gives me Right now, there's a current cap of 100 messages every 4 hours. So I'm sure that's going to increase just a little bit. We'll just have to see. So let's see. Oh, here we go. One thing with ChatGPT is like whether you're using a Windows or a Mac, I'm sure there's a dictation feature that's built in. With a Mac, I just use F5 and I'll go ahead and dictate. A little bit easier, especially when I'm doing it live. Burp, burp. All right, let's try something different. Here we go. I've just started focusing on my health routine and waking up earlier to actually fit in my steps and doing my workouts before the workday starts. I'd like to create a meal plan that focuses on the keto diet, and 50% of my calories will come from protein. Then 45% of my calories will come from fat, and the other 5 will come from carbs. Please design a 7-day meal plan for me that breaks down the grams of each of my macros. And honestly, I want to cap my calories per day, since I'm focusing on weight loss, at 1,500 calories per day. Okay, it's a little slower than the Chat GPT Plus 3.5. I guess that's understandable. I mean, if it's the first, you know what I mean? Hey, Curtis, man, I'm doing pretty good. Things are really great. Me, the dogs, in Arizona, it was a little colder here lately. I think everywhere it's like the weather is like a month off or a month behind. But in Arizona, it's finally starting to warm up a little bit better. It's really, really great. Can't complain. So, hey, this is great. This is accurate too. And I'm going to be honest with you. With previous versions of ChatGPT, it didn't do a really good job with anything number related. But this is accurate. 750 calories are going to come from protein. That's 187.5 grams. You can adjust this obviously however you need. This is just a template, but it did. It gave me exact breakdown of what I need. So day one, breakfast, spinach, feta, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to stop this, honestly. It is a little slower. I mean, this is day one. They just announced it. But, I would say so far it is a little slower. It's definitely picked up. I had to do a lot of refining before to try and get some of these numbers correct, or going through and saying, well, let's see here. Redo, create a day one, but on that meal, I would like you to break down specifically for each meal what the macros um, of each are. All right, let's see how that adjusts. That's one thing I love about ChatGPT. You can go, especially with dictation, because you have to get used to chatting with it. Honestly, it is. So, hey, they don't talk back. Um, okay, so this is great. So now I've got day one. It's breaking down my breakfast, telling me exactly what's on there, and it's giving me a breakdown of what my macros are for each. Um, yeah, I could tell, hey, by the way, put on a calorie, put the calories down for each one. But that works. So yeah, like I said, as far as numbers and stuff, it's pretty good. It's definitely slower. I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time with this. I'm just saying, stop it generating. Yeah, but that's it. Honestly, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna leave that at now. It was super basic. I mean, it just came out like an hour or so ago. So I'm gonna mess around with this a little bit more. to find out what are some of the real big differences. Obviously, I could see the speed definitely is a little slower, but I'm really excited to see how concise it is with the stuff that I give it, and how much I have to refine compared to before. So I'm going to mess with this a little bit more, and I'll come back and do another detailed video on this. But I'm excited. I love the improvements. And I'm just telling you, just dabble in it, experiment, get used to it. Because the thing is, with AI coming out nowadays, one thing you really want to focus on is prompt engineering and get a handle on it. Don't be afraid. It's okay. So I recommend everybody, if you're interested in this, go to openai.com and you'll see a little try chat GPT. Go ahead and give it a try. It's nice. Create a chat, experiment, just chat with it. Use a keyboard, dictate in a microphone, however you want to do it, but just experiment. Maybe it'll help you write a book. Maybe it'll help you create an outline, draft an email, do a video, anything. The possibilities are endless. But one of the things I'm most excited about is with GPT-4 to be able to include better text to images or videos. So that's one of the things I'm really excited about. Everybody have an amazing day. And what are your thoughts, honestly, on AI? Are you afraid of it? Are you excited and you want to learn more? I'm curious. Comment below. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.